Hello, hello. Welcome
Hey,
back.
yay, we're back.
Long time no see, it feels like, but it's only been a
It,
week, right?
I don't remember. I feel like my entire world has been flipped upside down, and then last night got flipped upside down again. So I barely had any sleep. I have a sick kid, so no sleep. I don't know. I have no idea what happened in the past.
It's it's like one after the other. It's like a domino effect. Like you get one better and then the next one goes down and then the next one and the next one and it just never
I
ends.
know. I'm thinking like somebody's gonna go down tonight. Somebody's not going to school, and somebody's not going to work tomorrow.
Oh God. I hope
So
not. Hopefully that it was just a one and done, but
yeah. How's
we're
your week
here.
been?
It's been better. As we know, I was gonna maybe go to Disney World and then no, I have to be
You have to
responsible.
be
I
an
have to be
adult.
responsible. Adult. Yes, I have to be an adult. Okay. Uh,
Nope, not okay.
I know. Hey Lex. Good morning, Mary. Hello, hello. Um, so yes, I'm not going. All of you are going, and I'm not
All of
bitter.
No, there's one that's not able to join us, but
I
now
guess.
two, you
Oh,
and
cute.
somebody else can't join us, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, it was just three of us going up until like 2 days ago, and then the next thing I know, like everybody's going, and then somebody can't go, and you can't go, and so it's fine. Like there's literally no plans. This is a postponed trip. I was supposed to go to a tour and had some work stuff, and then I got the email that I had been waitlisted. So I already had the flights booked, and I was like, I'm going. I'm just gonna go hang out and visit the parks and have a
Adulting
good
does
time.
suck. It's
It
terrible.
does.
But I'll tell you what came of it. I was so sad that I'm not going that I started scrolling. I started looking because like I I just priced myself out of Disney so many times, like big trips, because like
Mhm.
mentally I'm like I can't afford that. I can't afford that. Well, I started scrolling cruises last night and I put a deposit on one.
What?
I
This is
know.
news.
I
What
did.
cruise line? Which one?
With Disney and
Oh, okay.
for September because hurricane season's cheap
Yeah,
and I'm poor. So I
yeah.
was like,
So the
deposit.
cheapest time to sail is September or January because the weather
Yep.
sucks.
Yep. And I don't care. I don't care. The boat will not suck, even if it's not sunny or something goes wrong, but
Nice. So do
it's
you want to
okay.
share right now what the ship
Um,
is that you're going to be on and the
let me
itinerary, or are you going to wait and surprise us all?
no, I'll share it. Hold on. Let's
How many
see.
nights is it? And I'll tell you what ship it is.
Oh, you already know. It's 3 nights.
Oh, okay. It's the Wish.
So it's the Wish. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
September. It's the Disney Wish. I did a deluxe family ocean view stateroom with veranda because I want that frozen room.
Oh my
I want
god,
that frozen room.
girl, it is. You have to have like you. There's just no sailing without a veranda. Are you
Yeah,
doing Castaway Key or the new Lighthouse Point?
I believe it's Castaway Key. I'm looking right now.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
you're gonna love
Castaway
it.
Key. It's Castaway Key in Nassau, I believe. So just 2 stops, like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
You're barely
and
going to
then
even have time to look at the
yeah,
ship, to be honest with you,
yeah,
unless you
no,
stay ship in one of the ports.
yeah. I just want to go, and I'm hoping this will work out. I think it will. A few things have to line up, but yeah, it'll be
So the
fun.
whole
Yeah,
family's going?
just me and the girls for now. If I can talk the husband into going, I'll add him because that was why I got that room too, because they can
Okay.
sleep 5. So I was like, I can. Cat, are you serious? The cat is digging a hole behind me. There's 2 of them in here and there's fighting. There's one right here and there's one behind me and they're
Oh my
like,
goodness.
oh my gosh. Kitty?
Yeah.
No,
I
get
want
away.
to cruise this year, but I think I want to cruise on Royal Caribbean. I want to try a different cruise line this year.
Okay, so that
I really want
brings me
Virgin Voyages, but that's adults only.
to another thing. I sent an email and I got a response back that I was given the green light for Virgin Voyages for the access key.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
heck yeah. Can I join you?
Okay, so I have a friend already that wants to go. So I'm trying and I'm trying to convince my husband to go so that he would be number 1. But
Everybody's joining you.
I know everybody wants to come, but remember they just released first Mace rates too, which are $100 per night.
Yeah.
That's
Super
cheap.
cheap. Yeah, very
So,
cheap.
but yeah, I'm on the watch list for April and May.
Okay.
So if something, it's not guaranteed. If something
Right.
opens up, she's going to email me. So
Okay. Very good. I
we'll
like
see.
it.
Yeah. You can't
I
pass
like
up
it.
like free. I mean, it's
No.
not exactly free, but close enough.
Right.
Mary says she
So in
loves a
this,
veranda. Me too.
she does. In
Never
this
been on a boat, but I
pause,
love it.
I just realized we didn't welcome like everybody and do the whole like don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel
We're a mess
so
today.
that
It's okay.
we can keep going on this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We are a mess today.
Okay, so let's
moms usually are.
Let's get into what we came to talk about because
we totally sidetracked that one.
We have limited time. See, Lex says April, we good. We'll bump into it. We might, except for Lex. Lex is going on a super long Virgin Voyage cruise, like a nice one. Okay. I get limited to the 4 and 5 days, Lex, so we will not see each other. But you're gonna be enjoying your cruise, like hers. She's very going. Nice. I think it's 9 nights or 8.
Oh, very good.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
All right, so let's get into the Disney dining plan. The Disney dining plan's back. We've been trying to do this for like weeks now.
Yes.
Katie has put together some awesome slides that talk about the Disney dining plan and prices. And then she also put down some comparison slides. So
I did like a virtual day. Like I did like if we were going to Disney for just a day and had the dining plan, which you can't do it for just one day. But anyway, I just wanted to show like virtually how you could make the most of your Disney dining plan.
Yes.
Like so how to get the most out of it.
This, and let me put us back on the screen. Okay.
And I'll tell you right now, it's been a long time since I made slides, a really, really long time. So this is kind of fun.
It's all right. It's fun. I loved a good slideshow in high school. I will not kid you. I liked putting together PowerPoints. I was that girl who was like, yes, I love a good PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I did them. So, no judgment, please.
No, it's fine. All right. So
Disney dining plan. What's the best use? Let's go over the basics of it.
Okay.
So the Disney dining plan is there's only 2 now. This is the top tier. It's $94.28 per adult per night. It's $29.69 per child per night. And children's ages are 3 to 9. And I know that causes a lot of issues because what are we going to do with our 2-year-olds? And hey, I have a 10 and 11-year-old who eat like birds. I don't want to pay adult prices for them. So those are 2 big cons that come up with the pricing. Included in the Disney dining plan per night of stay, these are going to be your credits. So you get a 1 quick service meal credit, 1 table service meal credit, 1 snack or non-alcoholic alcoholic beverage per night of stay. And then you also get a resort refillable mug. And the refillable mug is not good at the parks, but it is good at any Disney hotel. So you can just walk into any hotel and head up to their quick service location, fill up your cup. So they're great for hanging out at the pools, or if you want to do a resort tour and we did it over Christmas, and you just want to like resort hop and check out the Christmas decorations and the gingerbread houses, pop in and get your drinks refilled, take those with you. So that's what's included in the dining plan.
Yeah, the resort mugs too are good for that morning coffee before you go to the parks. Like that's what my husband did it for. So.
Yes. Here's your quick service plan. This is the 2nd tier dining plan that you can get. It is $57.01 per night per adult and $23.83 per child per night. So again, same rule applies, ages 3 to 9. You do get 2 quick service meals per night of stay and 1 snack per night of stay. And then of course that resort mug that we love.
Yes. Did you see the black ones they had with the black top? I just thought that was cute. I'm a basic girl. I didn't
see the black. When we were there in December, they were like the 90s neon colors.
Oh yeah. Those are cute.
Yes. So here, and I apologize, my screen's a little bit tiny, but I wanted to include it all, is where we get into the nitty gritty of what is in a meal credit. So for your quick service meals, either plan, you're going to get an entree and a non-alcoholic beverage for guests under the age of 21, or guests over the age of 21 can order an alcoholic beverage. That is where you're going to make the most of your meal plan. Table service for breakfast, you can get an entree and then again the beverage. Lunch and dinner, same thing, entree and the beverage, and a dessert. So you get an extra if you use your table service meal at lunch and dinner, you get to order dessert. So there again is your value. And then if you do a character meal, like a buffet with a character meal or something, that's covered in the table service meal. And it doesn't matter, like it's buffet. So you get whatever you want, but also you can get the alcoholic beverage. Snack credits, these are just, some of the options that's out there for snack credits. Ice cream, popcorn, not the refillable bin, like bucket of popcorn, but like a single serving popcorn. Mm-hmm. A 20-ounce drink, one of the single serving bags of snacks, a pretzel, cup of soup. And then my favorite way to use them is at the festivals at Epcot. And the majority of the festival items are a snack credit. So basically anything that's single serving is going to have a snack credit available. And you can see at the bottom of that list is the symbol that's going to be next to the item on the menu board. And that's going to identify it as a snack credit. So whenever you walk up to a menu, wherever you see that credit, that symbol, you'll know that will be a snack credit for you.
That would be something cool that they could do during the festivals, is if they did a snack credit only plan and priced it out and said, you get 20 snack credits for, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then people could use those all around. I mean, I think it's a good way to get people spending money. If you're allotting that many credits and making, you know what I mean? Like paying ahead, it's guaranteed bottom line. I mean, that's something
I liked the old plan that had 2 snack credits in it.
You could tear it up with that 2 snack.
I tore it up. I felt like that was the best plan. We would do the quick service plan with the 2 credits and the 2 quick service meals. And I felt like that was good for my family. And then I would pay out of pocket for 1 or 2 meals through the week for a table service meal. Like if we wanted to do a character meal or whatever, I would pay out of pocket for that.
Absolutely.
And that really that would cover all my meals. I didn't have to worry about any food anywhere. And we always had a couple of snacks left over at the end of the week. We would grab some of those prepackaged cookies and Rice Krispie treats, and those babies would go home with us, and we would have an extra like Disney treat either in the ride home or when we got home later in the week.
Yeah, and that's what I like, the 2 snacks too, because then we could, a lot of times if we knew we had a big meal coming up at lunch or dinner, we would just use a snack credit for breakfast or lunch, or if we had eaten big all day, a snack credit for dinner. Like, you can get some decent sized snacks with those credits. It's not it's not what someone would think of as a normal snack. It's a small meal a lot of times.
And you do not have to use this in the way that they laid out the plan. Like, you don't have to use your 1 quick service meal a day and 1 table service meal a day and 1 snack a day. You can mix it up. Like say you're staying 4 or 5 nights, you get all of those snack credits are put into a bank in your account. And then if you want to eat 2 sit-down meals, 2 table service meals, on day 1, and 2 quick service meals on day 2, and use 5 snacks on day 3, you can absolutely do that. Like, you can, however you want to use them, you're welcome to use them, but they do expire at midnight on the day you check out. You can't save them for another trip.
Yeah. So is that nope, here we go. Let me move us.
So this is some of the specialty things that do come up. There's signature dining, and I do not recommend doing this at all. It's a bad use of your credit, but it's 2 credits per person, 2 table service credits per person. So these restaurants are the ones that you will need to budget 2 credits for. And it's going to be Cinderella's Royal Table. That's the one inside the castle. Akershus is in Epcot. And then one of our favorites that we went to on our last trip, Artist Point, Storybook Dining at Artist Point, is now 2 table service credits. Dinner at Be Our Guest is 2 table service. The dinner shows like Hoop-de-Doo are 2 table service. In-room dining, like if you order in-room dining at the Grand Floridian, that's going to be 2 table service per person. And then the pizza gets a little bit confusing to me, but it's 2 quick service credits for the pizza, I believe.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the dining stuff this morning because we talked about, using examples and stuff. And Boathouse is 2 credits.
Ooh, that's gone up.
Yeah, there's more. There are 2 credits than I thought because when I was looking at making my plan, I was looking at menus and Boathouse is 2. There was another one that I didn't think was 2 before. I'd have to go back and look at my history, but
Narcoossee's, I believe, is 2. Citricose is 2. Of course, California Grill is 2. Basically, all of your fine dining at the restaurant, at the hotels. Yachtsman Steakhouse is 2. I'm trying to think of some of the others off the top of my head. The surprise to me was Akershus because that used to be 1, and now
and that was 2. My deal. That was my deal for people. Like, go for that one because it's got the princesses, just like Cinderella. But
so that's pretty disappointing. So I would not do it. So what I would do if you wanted to meet the princesses, I would say pay out of pocket for a breakfast at Akershus because it's going to be cheaper than Cinderella's royal table.
By a long shot.
And do breakfast. Meet your princesses, and then as soon as get breakfast pre-park opening, like 8 a.m. breakfast at Akershus, eat your breakfast, meet your princesses, head straight over to Frozen.
Yep.
Get all the princesses over at once.
Amen. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. We're done. Now I can enjoy the rest of my day.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see. There we go.
All right. Here's some questions that I get all the time. Is tip included? It is not anymore. It was when the dining plan first came out. So if you went back in 2006-ish, your tip was included. It is no longer included. Where can I use the refillable mug? We already went over this. So any of the hotels, not at the parks. I have seen people doing it at the parks. If you can find a restaurant where the drink stations are out in the middle of the restaurant. I'm trying to think of which ones. Like the barbecue place it's in my plan. Regal Eagle in Epcot.
Regal Eagle. And then there's one in Hollywood Studios. The, oh my gosh, what is it called?
ABC Commissary or Backlot Express.
Or it might be Backlot. Anyway, one of them has
people filling their mugs there. You're not supposed to. So, how do you keep track of your dining credits? It used to be you could only keep track on receipts. Like you had to look at your receipts every time you paid, or you could ask the front desk at your hotel. You now can keep track of the balance on your My Disney Experience account. So it's all listed there for you.
Which is nice. Just wish I had 2 snack credits.
Yeah. How do you sign up for the dining plan? You have to add it to your reservation before you arrive. And you can only get it if you stay on site. You can't get it if you stay at one of the Good Neighbor hotels or, a Holiday Inn up the road, or a house rental. If you Airbnb it, you cannot do the Disney dining plan. You have to stay at a Disney hotel. And you need to add it before you arrive. I believe they changed it. It used to be at least a day before you arrive. And I think now you have to add it 3 days before you arrive.
Okay.
Can I share credits? They are non-transferable. You are not supposed to share credits. You can split meals. Mm-hmm. So if you and I were going and we went to Animal Kingdom, we could go to Flame Tree Barbecue. They have a ribs and chicken and it's huge. We could absolutely split that meal and, buy an extra drink and be good to go. Not an issue.
Just like Pecos Bills. They have some of those platters.
The fajitas and stuff. The fajita platters are huge. Yeah. Can my 10 to 17-year-old buy a child's plan? Nope. So this is where you need to budget or plan or decide if it's worth your money. Because if you don't have the plan, there's nothing to say that you can't do quick service kids meals. They don't know who's eating or who's ordering or whatever.
Mhm.
If you do the sit down, they're going to ask you, and they're going to charge you adult prices for your
Yes.
10-year-old who will only eat 4 chicken nuggets and like 5 French fries.
Yes. And everyone in your room has to have the dining plan. You can't pick and
Yes.
choose who buys it. Everyone's on it unless
Yeah.
they're, 2 or under 3. So,
Right.
everyone has to have it. The only way I've been able to maneuver around that, and this was by accident, this was not like my intention. I had gotten free dining a couple years ago. And my mom was originally going to go with us. Well, then she backed out. So I removed her from the party. Then about a month before we went, she's like, I want to go. Well, if I added her, I would lose my free dining. I would lose, like, there was all these things. So I called Disney and they said, have her come, add her as a day guest. And so when she came, I just had to every morning add her as a day guest. And by day 2, they're like, we're just going to be a room key for her. You don't need to keep coming up here. I'm like, all right.
Nice.
So
Nice.
she didn't have the dining plan, which stunk because she had to pad a pocket when we went to places, but it worked out. I don't suggest doing that, but there is a loophole if someone decides to join you last minute, as long as they fit in the room capacity.
Right. So. Yeah. Not the best way to do it, but it'll
not
work
the best,
in a pinch.
But it can be done if you're cheap and
without paying for a whole other hotel room for her.
Yes, and I didn't want to lose my free dining. I was like, I earned that free dining. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to take this one off because I believe that was it, and then we will go into your comparisons.
Well, I call it comparisons, but it's not really a comparison. It's you're in the middle of the presentation.
Explanation. Oh yeah, I'm in the middle. Hold on. Let's go to
the
slide 1. There we go.
How to get the most of your Disney dining plan? Like, let's
by Katie.
By Katie. The way to do this is to eat the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yes.
Wherever you're at, you've got to pick the most expensive thing on the menu.
We'll get to my suggestions at the end. I'll look through yours, and then I have 2 places where I suggest. But
okay, cool. Okay, you haven't seen this yet. I just sent this to you.
I'm ready.
Okay. So again, we're going through the Disney dining plan, the regular Disney dining plan, the almost $95 for me to eat. We've got to beat $95 to make this worth it.
Amen. All right, next slide.
Do it. Yeah. All right. So here's my cost breakdown. I should put this at the end, but here's my cost breakdown.
That's okay.
So my plan is that we're going to have a little pastry in the room. Like, I'm going to pre-order some muffins. They're going to be in my room every morning. I've got that refillable mug. I do 2 cups of coffee every morning at a minimum. I do it when I wake up, and then I refill it again when I'm heading into the parks. So a cup of coffee in Disney is $4.79, and that does not get you any special, creamers or where am I at here? Anything special. So my lunch, my meal was $17.49, and my drink, because I got an alcoholic beverage, was $14. That equates to $21.49. Dinner, I believe, how did I do this? I think I did appetizer, $16.50, and entree, $48, and then my drink was $16. Total is $80. And then my snack at the end of the day. Of course, we gotta have a snack while we watch the fireworks. $7.49. Spoiler alert: it's a pretzel. So I beat the Disney dining plan at $118.97.
All right, so let's see what you've got to eat. That's what I'm excited about.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. So for lunch, we're going to do Satuli Canteen. We're going to Animal Kingdom first. We're going to do Satuli Canteen for lunch.
Good. So good.
One of my favorites. We're going to do the Splash Margarita. I think it's the Ilu Splash Margarita. I don't know. That kiwi looked really good to me, and I was I'm going for the kiwi. And then the combination bowl. Now, usually when I would go here, I would order the cheeseburger pots, but they're not the most expensive thing on the menu. And
they're so damn good. I wish they had them as a snack credit. Just like one pod as a snack credit. Oh,
yes.
Please.
I know, right? So I'm doing the combination bowl, and I'm also getting myself some free ice water to wash it all down with that margarita.
Yes, free ice water. If you go up to a table service, Quicks, anywhere, they'll give you free ice water.
Yeah.
I mean, use it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
All right.
that came out to the price we said earlier. So next
Yeah. So
slide,
if
you
you want to
ready?
scroll, yep, go ahead.
We can go back. So that
I was
came
gonna
out
say
to 21.
21.49.
Okay,
And of
perfect.
course, this is also pre-tax. So tax is included with your dining plan. I didn't take the time to add the tax in here. For dinner, we're going to park hop. We're going to go over to Epcot.
Woohoo.
We're going to do Tepanendo. I can never say this.
Tepanito? I think
Yeah.
it's Tepanito. I don't know.
Tepanito and
I don't know.
Edo, Indo. Anyway, it's in the Japan Pavilion. Super yummy. Appetizer, we're going to get some calamari. Entree,
Ooh.
help me say this one.
Asakusa?
Asakusa? Yeah.
Asakusa. I don't know.
Again, most expensive thing on the menu.
I'm
We
from
got to make
America.
it worth
No
it.
idea.
And then we're going to get the Tokyo Sun to set to drink and of course, set of water.
That looks good.
So this was the one that it was about $120, right?
No,
No, it was
$80.
$80. 80.
Dang. Still
$80.
expensive.
$80
Ooh, that's
for
expensive.
dinner for one person. Yeah. So there you go. So that's what we got for dinner.
Question though. Don't we
Yeah.
get dessert too?
I think I did appetizer instead of dessert on
Instead
this
of dessert. Okay.
one.
Cool. All right.
And then I didn't put it on there, but I got a pretzel for a snack. And that's what put us up at $118 for the day. And we beat the Disney dining plan doing it that way. It's a lot of food.
So I'll give you my two examples. And mine are not based off price. Since we're on the Disney dining plan, mine are not based off price. Mine are based off of like quality of food, like bang for your buck, and places like people don't normally think about where you can get a good meal at one credit. So my first suggestion is Toledo, the tapas steak and seafood at Coronado Springs.
Yes.
Because that's like really good food, but at one credit price.
So that restaurant, let me ask you, that restaurant is a small plates restaurant, right? So how many plates do you get to pick for your entree?
I thought when I was there, it was 3.
Okay.
Let me see. I think it says right here.
That sounds about right.
I think it's 3. I have to I'll pull up the menu before we leave and I'll look at it because I just have a screenshot. But I believe it was 3 when I was there, and I felt like I got really good food. Now, was I over the top full when I left? No, but it was really good food, and it was just enough. Wasn't heavy and didn't leave me, feeling gross. But yeah, there's tapas and starters. You can also do signature dining for a price of $155 for 2 people. But it doesn't say anything on the menu. I have the menu pulled out. It doesn't say anything about how that's split credit-wise. So is it 1 credit per person for that signature dining? It could be. And then the entrees, I mean, there's I can't say this word, but Paella de whatever. I don't know what that says, but that's $75. I mean, they've got some higher number meals on there, and it's still only 1 credit. Okay. So I'm wondering how that would work out. It doesn't say on there.
I'm surprised it's 1 credit.
Yeah, I am too. And then the other one is because it's a buffet and it's a really good buffet and they have a great bread service, Boma.
Oh yeah. I like Boma.
I love Boma. It's so good. Those are 2 restaurants that I feel like I don't hear people talking about enough. And they're 1 credit and it's good food. Like really good. And I know there's other places at Disney that are 1 credit with great food, but those are like real food. It's not like you're going to, not to shame it, but Liberty Tree Tavern and having like classic Thanksgiving. Now that's great, but like this is food you're not going to get at home.
Right.
So
yes,
anyway.
Exactly.
All right. So let's get into your quick service dining plan.
Okay. So same thing. We got to beat 5701.
Okay.
You know what?
You beat it good.
I did beat it. Scroll to the next. Okay. So I went to Regal Eagle Smokehouse at Epcot for lunch. Got a Tennessee lemonade and the dry rub pork ribs. I can't even say it. And the ice water, of course.
Regal Eagle is so good. That's another one that people miss out on. You got to try it. It's in the America Pavilion.
We did it when I took the kids over New Year's Eve. We did Regal Eagle, and we were all very happy with it. Very, very, very good food.
All right, dinner.
For dinner, we're going to park hop over to Hollywood Studios and hit up Docking Bay 7. This to me is a classic. If you've never been to Hollywood Studios, you got to try Docking Bay 7. It's in the new Star Wars area. The theming is phenomenal. I wouldn't say the food is phenomenal, but the theming is, especially like if it's, if you get a Star Wars fan. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the drink. It's a quencher. It is an alcoholic beverage. And then beef and crispy tapato stir fry. I don't know. Yep. And the ice water.
Okay.
Nice. And then here is where I really beat the game, was with my snack credit on the quick service plan, because if you look at the Festival of Arts booth there on the right, the crazy chocolate funnel cake sandwich is a snack credit. It's got that little icon next to the word sandwich, and it is $12 cash.
Holy cow.
That is how you really beat your Disney dining plan.
I'm telling you, Disney, snack credit only plan. Get us one during the festivals only. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, that funnel cake booth is right past the America Pavilion as you're leaving. Like, it's in America, but it's as you're leaving.
Yeah.
They have a different version of that funnel cake for every season, every festival. I went one year and it was blueberry lemon. Oh, it was like a delicious lemon cheesecake ice cream thing going on. Ooh. And then blueberries on top.
Nice.
I need that back in my life. So if someone at Disney can hear this and bring that back for the next time I'm at Disney World, much appreciated, because I've been many times since then. Okay. That was right during the end of the COVID time when they still required masks, but not fully. We were kind of in that halvesy area. I believe it was May. Uh-huh. I need that back. I've been many times since then and nothing compared to that one.
So I want to say it was 2021, maybe it's 2020. And they had a savory waffle at the booth. Ooh. And it was a sweet corn waffle, I can't remember all the spices and stuff on it. But anyway, it was super good. So here you go. Same thing. In room for breakfast, just a little muffin, my 2 coffees, same price. Lunch up at the Regal Eagle, $16.49 for the pork rib, $16 for the Tennessee lemonade. Dinner, $18.99 for that stir fry, and $17 for the quencher. And there's the snack credit right there. That's what put it over the edge. That's how we really beat it. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It's a
the
lot
other
of
thing
food
to think about is also with that resort mug. Granted, you can't take it to the parks and use it, but at your resort, there were so many times, because we only got one mug last trip, and I have a family of 5. We only got one mug, but that was because my husband is a big coffee drinker. I'm not. But what we would do is he would get up before me, go get his coffee, drink it, and then he'd be like, here's the mug. I'd go get a Diet Coke when I was done getting the girls ready, and I would drink a Diet Coke before he left. Yep. And then once I was done with my Diet Coke, he'd go get a coffee. And if you're especially if you're at a resort like Art of Animation and you're in the Nemo area, you can get drinks out by the pool bar, and you can get them up in the food court. So there's 2 spots. So literally we had to walk maybe 20 steps to get a refill. So it was perfect. If you're at a place like that in your resort, that's even better, because you can refill and refill. And it's
That's
good.
One of those things that if you're not buying the dining plan, you can just buy it for 1 or 2 people in your party. Or you can just buy 1 or 2 for your party and then share it. Absolutely. But if you are on the dining plan, every single person gets one, and that's included in your plan.
Yeah. So I used to not be a believer of the mug, but now I am, for sure.
I love the mug. I do love the mug. But I'm a coffee drinker. I'm like your husband. I can't leave the room without a cup of coffee. So
he can't. Yeah. He can't. And those little cups in the room are not enough. He needs the mug. He's like, I need 16 ounces of coffee, if not twice that. So
I usually will make the little tiny cups of coffee, the pods that they do. I'll make one of those for when I first wake up, just enough to get me my eyes open and
your veins pumping.
my veins pumping, and then enough to get me to stumble up to the quick service, get a real cup of coffee, go back, get ready while I'm drinking that cup of coffee. And then as we head out for the day, I'll fill it again. And so, yes, I have a huge coffee problem.
Yes, I've been on vacation with Katie before, and I know that if you try to communicate with her before her tiny cup of coffee, she's probably not going to remember what you said, really. She's just she'll acknowledge you, but she's not functioning yet. You have to wait.
No. You have
to
wait.
Let that coffee soak in. Okay.
My coworkers know not to talk to me until I've had like a couple cups of coffee. Like, don't talk to Katie until she's got her coffee in her.
Yeah, it's my husband's the same way. So
yeah.
All right, let me pull up. I think I had one more thing we were going to share.
I do want to say I tried to give credit on the photos where they were at, but I shared a lot of Disney food blog photos, so we want to give them credit. I think there was one for Disney Passporter in there, so I want to say, like, we grabbed those photos. Thank you very much for letting us share them.
Yes, thank you. Disney Food Blog's got some great info on their site. They very good. Everywhere on social media. Lex says, yeah, I don't even acknowledge folks before coffee. I mean, it's true. Like, my husband's that way. His mom is that way. And I feel like now my middle daughter is going to be that way. So I'm like, should we just start giving her coffee now? So she'll actually listen to me in the morning. I feel like that's where we're at.
Is she 12 or 13 yet?
No, my middle. She's almost, she's 5. Yeah. My older girl, she's good. She's okay. She likes like the let's go to Starbucks, mom, and get sugar with a little coffee in it. Yeah. But she's fine in the morning. But the middle one.
So my boys are 11, and this past fall, one of them asked, can I have a cup of coffee? And I was like, no, you're not old enough for coffee. And he goes, why not? And I was like, you just don't need the caffeine. And he goes, but you let me drink Coke. What's the difference? And I was like,
it's really not.
You have a point. Okay, you can have a cup of coffee. So, in fact, now they like to get up with me in the morning. And I do get up before the sun hits. Like, I get up before 5 a.m. And I usually get them up about 5:30, and they'll come down and they'll have a cup of coffee with me before I leave for work. So it's nice little quality time between me and my 11-year-old.
I can just picture them drinking their little cups of coffee.
Yep. They come down and start making their lunches, and then while they're making their lunches, I make their cups of coffee. And then we sit on the couch for about 5 minutes and drink some coffee, and then I head off to work.
Nice.
It's a good way to start the day.
All right. So dining plan, I think we've shared a lot of really good tips. Like, there are ways to maximize it. You just have to know, you have to have a plan before you go. Now, can you use the dining plan and not plan ahead and just wing it? Yeah, you can, because like we said in the last time, is knowing that it's prepaid is a stress relief in its own. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to do it this way. Like, think about every number and crunch it, because it's helping.
I feel like if I had gone through and made choices of what I would actually eat versus just trying to maximize the plan, I would I probably would have came out right at even. So it is a good way to just, like I said, I would have gotten cheeseburger pods, which are a couple dollars cheaper than, the platter. So I would have just come out even instead of way ahead. And I'm not a big drinker on vacation. If I have my kids with me, I might have maybe one cocktail with dinner, maybe. So I definitely wouldn't have them with my lunch. So it would be a soda or a bottle of water or Powerade or something along those lines. So I would have come out, I think, if I had just got what I wanted versus trying to maximize and get the very most.
Yeah. So, and your slideshow was great. I mean, it hit it right on the, Gigi's a bad influence, Mary says.
So yes, she has a bad influence on the kids with the coffee.
That's awesome. Oh, next time I see them, I'm just gonna be like, are we all having coffee this morning? Like, am I invited to the coffee time?
Absolutely, you are.
Okay, so I want to get into this because I was gonna show the video about Epic Universe, but I don't want to, because it's cool, but I more want to talk about, because I've never personally been to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I can't compare. I know you have, right?
Oh, I mean, yes, technically I've been there, but it's been 30 years. So, well, maybe not 30, close to it. So I
Yeah.
don't want to say like, I mean, I feel like I haven't been there.
Yeah.
We did do a walkthrough of City Walk this past summer, and I visited 5 of their hotels this past summer.
Which they look
Um,
gorgeous,
oh, they're
might I
amazing.
add.
They're really beautiful.
I
But
was
we
there
didn't
that
step
trip, but I
into
didn't
the
get to
park.
go.
I will say, so I'm trying to go this summer. I'm trying to take my boys for a mom and boys trip to do Universal this summer. That's on our bucket list. That's what they've asked for.
Awesome.
And then we're going to do a bigger trip in 2025 when Epic opens. We'll do like a full week's trip there.
Awesome. Yeah. So what I was saying is like I feel like we can't compare because we haven't been recently and I haven't been at all.
Right.
But what do you think do you think Disney's going to be able to do anything to compete with this? Like I feel like no.
So the issue is, could they do something to compete with it? Absolutely. If
They
they had
could.
started something 2 years ago. The
Yeah.
problem is, it's not if Disney could compete with it, because I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that Disney could have competed with this. They could have opened something that would throw that competition in there. You're saying fifth park. I don't know that it needed to be a fifth park. I feel like
Didn't have to be.
if they had started on the Animal Kingdom expansion, they've
Yes.
really neglected Animal Kingdom. If they'd started on that expansion to start the Indiana Jones project, and are they putting Coco or Encanto or whatever
Encanto.
they're doing over there? If they had started that 2 years ago, then they could have had that opening in 2025 as well. If they had started the rumor that they threw out at the D23 conference, did you see that, where they were talking about the blue sky concept of Beyond Thunder Mountain?
I did, and I was going to tell Lex. I should have explained better. Universal's opening another park. It's called Epic Universe in Orlando, and there's going to be Nintendo. There's going to be like a monsters area, so like Frankenstein, things like that. There's How to Train Your Dragon, which I'm stoked for because that's
My
an
kids are
underrated
excited.
movie.
Mhm.
Love that movie franchise. There's
It's another Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, more Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's the Harry Potter. That's like the Ministry of Magic area, right? And
Yeah.
there's something
It's
else.
going to have, I'm not good on Harry Potter. Forbidden.
The Beast thing.
The Beast. Yeah.
Yes.
The Beast.
Whatever.
That's going to be.
I love Harry Potter, but I haven't gone past the main movies. Like these extra ones, I haven't gotten into those yet. But
So right now,
gonna be awesome.
Universal's 2 parks and 1 water park, and in 2025, it's going to be Epic is going to add another whole other park. So we're going to have 3 theme parks and 1 park
and 2
Fantastical
new resorts,
Beasts. Right? No, more than that. No
3?
More. There's 1 that's going to be inside the park. They're actually going to have a hotel inside the park, and I think there's 2 outside the park. Okay. 1 or 2 outside the park. So we're talking about 2 or 3 brand new hotels that are supposed to open before the theme park opens.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the thing real quick just so we don't miss anything. I have it pulled up. I could put it on screen, but I didn't download that. Let me see. I'm almost there. Okay, so it's Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, which is like the monsters. Helios is the hotel. Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and then How to Train Your Dragon. The only thing that we missed was the entrance they're calling Celestial Park. Yes. But that's literally just like Main Street USA, but it's Celestial Park.
They said it's putting the park back in theme park. So it's going to be like a green area kind of.
Yes. And it looks green.
It looks very green.
I'm stoked for How to Train Your Dragon. I can't emphasize that enough. Roller coaster.
I'm stoked for Super Mario. I was having a conversation with a team member at Universal on the phone, and I said, for me personally, Universal missed the mark on marketing to me personally. There's not anything at Universal or Islands of Adventure that I need to see. Like, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I can't do the big roller coasters, so I can't ride Hulk or Spider-Man. Their virtual rides, are not for me because I can't ride them. So they completely missed the mark on it. But when they're talking Epic Universe and bringing Super Mario, that is a main factor from my childhood. I spent hours playing Super Mario with my parents.
I can't wait.
By myself. Like, I'm so stoked. Like, they hit the nail on the head for that one. I will be there. Absolutely.
I need to see Mario in a little raccoon suit. First off, I need that character interaction.
Love it.
So make that happen. Yep. I also need throwback to Super Mario Brothers 3, I believe, when he gets into the sock and you can bounce around as the sock.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yes.
That is the best version of Mario. The boinging sock. I love me when he gets on Yoshi. When he gets on Yoshi and bounces around, that's great. And you eat the apples, great. Love that.
Right.
But when you get in that sock, that little green sock, and bounce around, that's life right there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I need that. How do we make that happen?
How do we make it happen? I need it. I'm so excited.
2025, as Mary said. Have they said like time of year?
So when they first did the announcement this week, it said summer 2025. And I was like, know if you noticed. Yeah, if you noticed or not, but they actually pulled the summer down off of their announcement a couple of days later. So now it just says 2025. So I don't know. I think it'll still be summer, end of summer 2025.
I think the way that Universal wins some of these Disney people is if they announce something and then they stick to that opening date, because Disney's notorious for coming here and then like 8 years later, it finally opens. So if Universal can stick to what they say and deliver, I think they'll win some people over. And I think the only way that Disney wins some of those people back is by opening something new and doing it on time.
Yeah.
Also, we need some of those things that used to be free back. Like, stop charging people for Magic Bands, bring back Magical Express. Like, we can live with Genie Plus. That's fine. I understand they have to make money. I get that.
No. But I completely disagree with you.
I don't think they'll ever do it.
I want a version of Universal's Express Pass at Disney World.
I want that too. But I don't think they will.
$120 a day. Charge it to me. I'm one of those that will absolutely pay it.
I will too.
If my kids are there, my family's there, and we have like a list of things we want to do, charge me for it. I will pay it. I don't want to have to
think about
sit on my phone all day long and miss out on watching my kids meet a character or a ride because I'm worried about making my next lightning lane.
Exactly.
Or
I don't think they will
though. Oh, I just
don't think they will, because I feel like if they do that, people are going to be like, oh, so now we're Universal. Like, people will make that connection and they'll be like, you can't have an original thought. So Disney's stuck between like being the best, the newest, the most, everything. And now they're getting a run for their money. And Lex, no, you do not get a new band every time. You can reuse them. Some of the older ones, like the batteries are starting to kind of like the old ones. I still have one that it still works, but they've made new generations where they're like rechargeable. There's all different things, but you can reuse.
They light up now. I don't know. You don't necessarily need those things. But to get back to your original question, my opinion is that Disney is too late to compete with Epic. But if they started next year, because they're not going to start now, they could open something in 2027. Maybe we could get that.
Let's have one from 2012. Try it, girl. You don't give Disney a dime. Take that Magic Band, see if it works. And if it doesn't, then you can get one.
Exactly. So my personal hope, I will put this out there to all the Disney people. Maybe one day they'll watch this. I want them to do the Beyond Big Thunder Land. I want it back there. And I want it to be a villains area.
Yes.
That's what I want. How do they compete with Universal? They compete by marketing to the Disney adult that you and I are. We're the ones with the money, not the ones that, not the kids, not the 20 somethings that are in college. You want to market to the Disney adult that has elementary and middle school age children that all their little rides are growing out of. We need some decent roller coasters. We need some decent attractions. We need some decent restaurants back at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, villains get no love.
Villains.
We need a villains area.
We need the villains area. Yes. It needs to compete with the monsters area that's going into Epcot. They need to hurry up and fix Animal Kingdom. Sorry, I said going into Epcot. I meant going into Epic.
Epic Universe.
Yeah. Epcot's gotten some love, but if you look at what they announced that Epcot was going to get and what actually came to Epcot, it's so disappointing. Like they started with all these big plans. We were supposed to get a Mary Poppins themed attraction back in the UK. That's gone. We were supposed to get like a big overlook community area at the center of the park. And that's gone.
Don't forget Tiana's coming, so that'll save us. Tiana's Bayou Adventure will save us.
I'm excited about Tiana's Bayou. Like I'm excited,
but
I did see, speaking of, thanks, Mary. I did see that they are putting water into it and they're testing the water going down the hill. So we're getting closer to it. But yeah, so it's coming. But it's not a whole park. It's not a whole land. They need a fifth park? Are they going to build
it's a ride I've been on before. Just
it's
different.
a ride I've been on. So anyway, I did also hear that they're not doing the same animatronics like they did in the Frozen Ever After, like where they have the projection faces on these blank. They're not doing that for Tiana. They're supposed to be like actual animatronics this time.
Yeah. We're both getting bombarded right now. Yeah, I can hear your kids and mine just walked in. We've been here a while, but
time to wrap it up.
It's time to wrap it up. We're moms. We got stuff to do. Okay. Sorry. Can't be here all day. Love to. We could go on for hours. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. We'll hopefully be back next Sunday. I don't know what we were talking about, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So please subscribe. Please like it. Please share it. Please come back. We want to hang out much more. So.
All right. Thank you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.